This is Jan English-Lueck, and this little mini lecture is on writing your blog. Within your team, each of you will take some facet of your project, and each of you, as individuals, will write a 1,000-word blog. It will be accompanied by images and should be in post-ready format, and it will be part of the larger documentation of the project. So within your team, think about a point of view, or a technique, or an implication that you will make your own in the construction of the blog that will complement your team members. Overall, all of you will describe your project objectives and methods. All of you will identify key ideas and link it to evidence. And then you as individuals will identify an implication from your project's data and develop it. A blog is a rhetorical device designed to embrace the maximum number of people. It's designed to expose the ideas of public anthropology to a wider audience. And so it's a different form of writing than an academic paper. However, it should still be correct, it should still be clear, and it should still be grammatical. Now, I'm sharing my blog rubric with you so that you have an understanding of what I'm looking for when I read your blog posts. And you can see the differences between exceptional, satisfactory, underdeveloped, and limited. And much of it has to do with the clarity and the completeness of the explanation, whether you use illustrations and examples to clarify what is meant by your generalizations, and whether you can cause those ideas to pop through a graphic visualization, whether it's a chart or a photograph or some other form of image. And the rule of thumb when writing a blog is to aim at an NPR level engagement. NPR stands for National Public Radio, something like KQED in the Bay Area. And so it's an educated audience, at least with a high school education and a relatively robust vocabulary, but they're not necessarily specialists in anthropology. So if you start talking about entanglement or some other very intensely anthropological idea, they're not going to follow. So you need to be writing about things in clear, educated English. It should be visually complex, interesting to look at, balanced, but not messy. There shouldn't be so much going on that you don't know how to follow it. The reader should be able to outline or graph your argument. An undergraduate student should be able to look at your blog and outline it and say, here are the key ideas and here are the key examples. Now you will give signposts to help the reader along, and maybe those are headings, maybe those are graphical images, but there's something that helps the reader go, I know what just happened and I know the next part of the argument. And this is not the kind of blog which is designed to be a megaphone for your opinions. You're sharing ideas, reasoned ideas, with evidence. Now, there are many examples to look at clear blogs, and even in our own department, writing blogs is something that we expect of people who finish an internship or some other kind of supervised project, and they want to write about that experience. But if you want to look at some good examples of anthropological blogs, here's some different ideas. EPIC, which is the Ethnographic Praxis and Industry Conference, in other words, ethnographers in industry, corporate and business and technology-oriented anthropologists. They have something called EPIC Perspectives, which are available to you and are very clear. In a little bit more elevated discussion, you'll see the Castak Platypus blogs. Those are blogs by anthropologists of technology, and blogging is something that they've been doing for many, many years. The Castak blogs are almost like short articles. The AAA blogs are perhaps minimalist. They're maybe a little bit too short. They're under that 1,000 words, but they carry key ideas. So explore the different examples of anthropological blogs in the literature. Look at things that are explaining different anthropological phenomena and conveying them to a public audience. What kind of vocabulary are they using? What kind of sentence construction are they using? What kind of images are they using? And then use those as inspiration for creating your own content.